This episode is sponsored by Slowpoke Toys and Collectibles. For the greatest in indie wrestling collectibles, go to slowpoketoys.com.
Do y'all know what time it is? Do y'all really know what time it is? It's time to grab your popcorn, grab your best beverage. It's time to relax your ears. Wrestling season has returned, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And it's time for your main event. Coming down the aisle, we have the one, Bobby Wrassles. And he is accompanied by the beautiful Amor. This is the main event. Welcome to the All About Wrestling podcast.
Contenders, welcome aboard. Today, I had the unique opportunity to actually sit and think about what I wanted to talk about tonight. And behold, I dove down a rabbit hole and I came up with a unique question. And I actually have a video that I want you guys to watch along with us to get your thoughts and opinions. Welcome to the briefing. I'm Bobby Wrassles. And as always, I'm joined by the lovely co-host, the beautiful Amor.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing over there? I see you have a pretty heavy piece of jewelry that you seem like you can't seem to get a hold of over there.
You know, I can't put this down. It just feels so cozy and warm.
Oh, I think you stole that out my closet.
Whatever. How are you? How you feeling?
I'm just saying, because I believe I shined that last night.
Oh, really?
And it was missing when I left to come here. And I was like, where did my belt go?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so I'm not really liking this view. And you can't hold it anyway. So your muscles are flattened over there.
Wow, she's
But
coming
y'all,
for me.
He has my belt. What can I say? I'm about to call Lala over here.
Oh, yeah?
Can we run that clip real quick?
We can. We're going to get to that. That's a question
okay.
I'm going to pose. But first, folks, we have Spoke on the Will.
Completely sorry. I was taking a moment to revel in what I am, whatever that means. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spec on the Wheel. If you're not familiar with who I am AK Wright. Some of you know me in the chat as Mr. Spades. Yes, I am the same person both ways. Welcome to another episode of Spec on the Wheel. If you're not familiar with this segment, this is where I look at the entire landscape of professional wrestling. And by the entire landscape of professional wrestling, I truly mean WWE, AEW, I guess Ring of Honor since it's tied in, a little bit of Impact, and that's pretty much it because I don't watch New Japan. Don't hold it against me, though. What I look for is to see what talent is given a major platform that if they either weren't there or if they didn't make an adjustment pretty quickly, they're just going to be like the infamous line from CM Punk's Pipe Bomb. They're just going to be a spoke on the wheel, and the wheel's going to keep turning and turning and turning. So, as I hinted at the start of my episode this week, talent is back that I think is universally loved and extremely excited for the entire fan base, that being the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Now, don't worry. I am a massive Mark fan of Bray Wyatt. He's not my spoke on the wheel this week. But a talent that I think, if you have been watching NXT for the better part of the last year, is in danger of being one that people have compared his gimmick to Bray Wyatt. This week's spoke on the wheel is Joe Gacy. Now, if you're not familiar with Joe Gacy, I would not blame you. His gimmick, it started out pretty refreshing. But let's take a little bit of a recourse and remember what was happening with Joe Gacy when this started. little more than a year ago, he debuted in a breakout tournament, and you probably don't remember what his original gimmick was. He came out with a somewhat rocker, hardish type appearance. I thought he looked cool. I thought it was a really dope. It fit the old black and gold moniker of NXT, kind of alt rock, a little bit in your face. I thought he fit right in. And then Nick Khan and the old regime decided we need a Technicolor paint job on NXT, and it gave us the 2.0 version. And when he debuted, had a completely off the wall gimmick change. If you don't know what I mean, he is the inclusive, wants to include everybody, but he's very, very eerie. I guess the best way I can describe it is go down WWE's YouTube, just go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, no pun intended, with Joe Gacy. You'll see what I mean. It started out pretty good. It was getting some feedback. People actually wanted to cancel him when he came out. It got the attention that Vince and everyone was hoping for. And then he kind of fizzled out. The line started to blur where he was literally his own path, for lack of a better phrase, to the comparisons to, hey, we need Bray Wyatt. We have Bray Wyatt at home, and then at home it's Joe Gacy, the moniker that you probably hear a lot online. Or if you ordered Bray Wyatt and then you ordered Bray Wyatt on Wish.com, you would get Joe Gacy. Now, I just want to preface again, I am not hating or trying to dump on Joe Gacy. A lot of the talents that I will talk about on this segment, it's just my hopes that something changes, whether it's career trajectory change, character change, storyline change. Something has to change. And the reason I bring him up specifically is last weekend when Bray Wyatt re-debuted, there was level of hints that Joe Gacy was going to be brought into Wyatt's new stable under the assumption the new stable is the Wyatt 6, where he would don whatever moniker is Husky Harris. I think this is not what you want to hear if you're a Joe Gacy fan. Reason for that is Joe Gacy, if this occurs, is literally the writing on the wall. Your gimmick was way too similar to Bray Wyatt. We have nothing for you. If you want to do this, we don't see you having a trajectory to being your own character anymore. I mean, look what they did to the Schism. They took the Grizzled Young Vets, one of the better tag teams in NXT that had a nice symbiotic relationship with the crowd, and made them, I don't even know what they're called. I believe they're still called Schism, the Dyad, whatever you call. They have this other angle with Cameron Grimes, which I don't believe is leading anywhere, because there was a rumor that Cameron Grimes will be called up to Monday Night Raw here in the next couple of weeks. I don't know what they're going to do with him. And based off of that, he definitely is a speck on the wheel, because the preferred option with a character of this magnitude will always be Bray Wyatt, at least in my opinion. So Triple H got his guy back. He is going to be a high aptitude talent moving forward for the company. And in my opinion, Joe Gacy has to make a change, or I don't know what you want to say. I don't even think he'll be a speck on the wheel, because whether he's there or not there, the wheel's just going to keep turning. Let me know what you guys think, though. Am I wrong on Joe Gacy? Do you see any form of an upside with the character? Let me know in the comments. You could follow me on all of my social media platforms, all 2 of them. It's at MondaVK on Instagram and my YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching another episode of All About Wrestling Podcast. We're going to kick it back to Amor and Bobby Wrestles here in a second. But before I do, I actually have a question in regards to this new regime that WWE is under for you guys. So, we all know that with Triple H, he wants a clean slate for a lot of people, whether it's new names, getting back their names, try to re-update some of the characters like Kevin Owens. We had the prize fighter back. I want to ask your opinion. If Triple H had a time machine and we go back to WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Obviously, Vince made a decision. He wanted the streak to end. I ask you guys in the chat, and Bobby and me and more, if Triple H was able to book Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, would the streak have ended or would the streak have continued? Back to you guys. I'll see you next time.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Great segment, by the
Nyla
way.
Paquette, yes.
I would say honestly, so I would say what Triple H is doing is reconstruction, right? So basically he's going in and he's, modernizing the company, which is not a bad thing. And for me, I would say definitely, like, I feel like when I think about Triple H coming back in and, the whole DX situation, I think about styles from back in the day, and we know that styles from back in the day come back all the time. So maybe this is his round to go, say, hey guys, I'm coming back around. Or, that that show that me and Bobby like to watch. What is that show called? It's when the train keeps going around the world. Snowpiercer. So it's like it's his turn to come back. So yeah, definitely. I think he's doing a great thing, and it's his turn to come back around. Like, who doesn't want to see them? They're legends.
So to answer the question, do you think the streak would have ended if Undertaker's streak would have ended if Triple H had the reigns during that WrestleMania period?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Triple H understands that. And ultimately, we have to understand that this was The Undertaker's decision. He had full control of his streak, from what I understand. He had the option to keep it going or to just say, you know what, I'm done. We were all surprised that, he ended the streak, but I think it was just time. I think he felt it was time, and that's the important thing. So, folks, today we have some topics that we are going to discuss. And, of course, I delved down a rabbit hole. I did a little bit of research, and I came up with an interesting question. Our first topic tonight, we're talking about Nyla Rose and her current storyline. She's walking around with the TBS championship. Previously, she's being interviewed, and she states that possession is 9/10 of the law. I have a video. I want you to watch, pay attention, and listen to the words. This video took place months ago. In fact, May 2022. Take a look.
Cuzzo. What you doing?
Getting the belt and checking on the other belt.
What belt is that?
Huh?
Is that Isaiah Wolf's belt?
Maybe.
Cuzzo, what you doing with that belt?
Possession is 9/10 of the law. He threw the belt at me. Are you recording me right now, Cuzzo?
Maybe.
Touche. Hey, Isaiah. Pro wrestling art. I can go on and can produce proof of why I am your new pro wrestling art heavyweight champion. Your former pro wrestling art heavyweight champion, Isaiah Wolf, threw this belt and ran like the bitch he is. Respectfully, though. Hey, Isaiah, you know what they say about when titles fly into the wrong hands? They just fly out of control? Oh, no. Did I throw your belt? I guess we're even then, huh? And by the way, I'm not returning shit. But I'll see you at the cookout as your new pro wrestling art heavyweight champion. Respectfully, fuck off.
So there you have a video of the current BCW Women's Champion. She said possessions is 9/10 of the law. My question to the wrestling world is this. Are big wrestling companies stealing indie wrestling storylines? Think about it. Ruthless Lala was on our show last week, and clearly her storyline has been hijacked. What are your guys' thoughts? In the chat room, we have Ruthless Lala. Hey, that's me. Mr. Spade says facts. Amor, what's your take on this story? What's your opinion about it? Because I'm a little heated. How How do you feel?
You're a little heated. You seem like you're struggling over there with that belt. I'm just playing. Yeah. Anyway, man, if that's not proof, I don't know what is. That's kind of like a smack in the face, if I may say that. Yeah, I feel some type of way. I mean, I would like to see what Nyla Rose said. The whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see it. But yeah, I mean, whoa, that's like. Did she really take it?
Yeah. I watched AEW, and she's standing there with the TBS Championship, a belt she clearly stole.
She clearly stole.
And she said, I quote, "Possession is 9/10 of the law."
Whoa. That's pretty intense.
You know, we're seeing a storyline recreated now. If you didn't follow indie wrestling, then chances are you would have no idea that this storyline has been recreated.
Existed. Right.
Right. So, for those of you who DVR,
So in fact, are people out there, are wrestlers taking credit for other people's work and ideas and creativity? Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a hurt piece. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel some type of way. This is why people have to trademark things and.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Spade says, "Wait, AEW pulled a TNA? How many storylines have they stole?"
We don't know. This is the only one we're catching right now.
I'm interested to see what happens next. I mean, with the storyline, we're gonna watch it. So stay tuned, folks, and think about it. I mean, comment in the chat, send us a message, follow us on Instagram. Our second topic, I do want to touch on Renee Paquette being back in AEW.
I was super surprised to see her. She gained a little weight. She looks a little different. She looks pretty. Yeah, I'm excited to see her. She's good at what she does. Why not? And she's with her husband now, so why not?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
From what I understand, she did decline an offer from WWE weeks ago. There's speculation that, of course, she was probably already planning something with AEW, and if that's the case, of course, she was gridlocked, maybe in contract situations. It's good to see her back, like you mentioned. She's going to be working with her man.
Yeah, I have to say, sorry to cut you off, but I do have to say, like, I'm very big on respect and morals. And if I worked for a company like WWE and I either quit or was let go, there is no way in this world that I'm going back. I don't care about the reputation. I'm very big on respect. I would not go back. So kudos to her for putting her foot down and saying absolutely not.
She did mention that she does not want to do commentary, which is interesting. I do feel as though she's much greater than that. She's a great commentator, but maybe we'll see her in some high-profile interviews like Tony Schiavone does. She's great at that. Maybe she'll get involved in some storylines. Very interesting going forward. I'd like to see what happens. In other news, we're going to see Liv Morgan in an upcoming Chucky episode, which is scheduled to appear October 26th. All right. So if you are watching Chucky, this is season 2 on Sci-Fi. Very interesting show. I think I tried to finish season 1. I don't think we got through that. But it is a very interesting show, and it's good to see that Liv Morgan's doing some extra opportunities outside of wrestling. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, she has a great look for it. Why not?
Yeah, she does look like a character from Chucky.
Yeah, her and Alexa Bliss.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And what about Bray Wyatt? Ooh.
I think he's too scary for that.
Sorry, I had to mention this guy. No, he's more of a character that would be in like a Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a deranged serial killer or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like.
In other news, folks, also Sean Spears came back. He's back in AEW after not seeing him for some time. The Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, they're back in WWE. Surprise. And they're back with AJ Styles. So the OC back together. From what I understand, we're going to see them wrestle pretty soon.
Let me borrow that belt real quick.
Hey, you want it?
Yeah. You gonna let me hold it? I'm not gonna give it back.
Keep it. Look good with it.
Oh, I look good with it? Hold on, let me grab it first. Oh man, I'm about to knock my frame down over here. Hold up.
Looking good with the gold over there.
Yeah, you know. Hold up. This is like holding a baby.
Looking good. All right, folks. So coming forward next month, we have the Redefinition. You see some of the great matches right there. Pro Wrestling R presents the Redefinition. This is their 1-year anniversary show. We're going to see Pro Wrestling R Championship match between Adam Kane and Isaiah Wolf. The Rise Championship match between Jermaine and GKM. Of course, you've seen him on AEW. And then Women's Triple Threat match. Gabby Ortiz, Damaris Dawkins, Ruthless Lala. Doors open Sunday, November 13th at 1:30 p.m. 2 p.m. bell time. In other matches, we're going to have our grudge match. Jay Fury was on our show a few weeks ago. He's going to go against Ron Starr. Friends turned enemies. And then a whole host of other great matches. We're going to see The Throne, the Black Renaissance in action, Daniel Alexander, Samuel Alfawzi, Tiger Watson, Topa, and the Lucky 7 Scramble. Lucky 7 2022. So you don't want to miss it. As Pro Wrestling R. Good stuff.
So would you call them like frenemies?
I think I would. Definitely. Definitely. They have such a huge history. And I'm looking forward to seeing like what happens now because they're both executives within the company. What happens with Pro Wrestling R after this?
My question is, who's going to be able to run this properly?
I don't know.
Pretty interesting.
So, folks, in other news, we did make an announcement on Instagram. It was via stories. Going forward, we're going to have a new segment, folks. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right. Roll the tape. All right, so we're going to have the Woe Report, which is powered by Wrestling Online. We're very excited. What are your thoughts, man? Amor, are you excited for this segment?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I know you are.
Super excited! Woo!
Okay, me Amor is is very excited over here. Folks, the Woe Report is going to feature some exclusive news reports, which is powered by Wrestling Online. Every week, we're going to have that segment. We're going to present news stories, which are published by our good friend Colin Vassallo. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of things happening, especially in December.
A lot of things happening. You know, I got this belt here. Who knows? I may know how to wrestle soon, so I can actually challenge someone.
Mia Moore wants to be a wrestler, so be on the lookout because she's coming. All right?
One day soon.
All right, next week we're going to have the UWE light heavyweight champion Ricker Wiley is going to be with us. He's coming back, and he's coming back with gold. So you don't want to miss him. It was a great show last time. We were blown away by his antics, his charisma, his special effects.
Yeah, he was super cool. I loved his character. One of my favorites.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Mia Moore being scared.
Ooh, I love being scared.
All right, Mia Moore, you have the last word.
Make sure you share, follow, subscribe, and join. We have a lot of great things coming to you. And look at my new amazing belt. Oh, shit, I'm about to fall. You guys, I love you guys. Thank you for checking in and watching us. And don't forget to share.